Hot Bobby Summer.
What Juicy say? Like,
Don't run from me, pretty.
Hey, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be super exciting because, of course, stating the obvious, I haven't made a hair tutorial in forever, and I'm showing you guys how I achieved this look that's currently on my head. The look was super easy. It was simple. You don't need a whole lot of materials, and you don't have to be an expert to achieve this. So it's super beginner friendly, and I'm sure you guys will love it. So before we get into the tutorial portion of this video, I just wanted to let you guys know the deets on this hair. This is the Brazilian loose curly hair in the inches 30, 30, 28, and 26. And I also have a 6x6 matching transparent loose curly closure. So the Brazilian loose curly is the second curliest that we have on the site. And if you're not too fond of like the deep curly or more kinkier curls, the loose curly will be perfect for you. It's super easy to manage, it's super natural looking, and you just put 2 products in it and you're ready to literally go out the door. Also, before we get into this tutorial, I need you guys to do me a favor. I know a lot of you guys have been asking how to make a wig and how did I update my techniques and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna need you guys to go to the comment section below. Let me know what texture or what size closure frontal you guys want to see a wig making tutorial in, so I can show you the beginning to end process of how I construct my lace closure wigs and how I construct my lace frontal wigs. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and everything is pretty detailed, so you shouldn't have too many questions, but of course if you do, make sure you leave that in the comment section below as well. But we're gonna get right into this, so I'm gonna shut up and I'll see you guys later. Alrighty, so first things first, we're gonna co-wash these bundles, and you guys are gonna see me do this a lot with all of my curly and wavier textures, just because once you co-wash and once they air dry, it makes the installation process super easy, and you actually get the true form of the curl and wave. So I'm just gonna wet all of these bundles, and I'm gonna show you guys how to detangle one of them. What you want to do is get a wide tooth comb and start from the bottom and work your way up. So once you start from the bottom, you're getting rid of that curl, tangle, or whatever is going down there at the tip of the hair, and you work your way up, and it should be an absolute breeze after that. So make sure you guys keep that in mind to detangle from bottom to top with a wide tooth comb. Okay, so onto the closure. This is our transparent 6x6 pre-plucked Brazilian loose curly closure, and I specifically didn't show you guys how to bleach the knots in this video just because I'm specially saving that for the wig series. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And I'm just gonna co-wash this just like I did the bundles, and we're gonna lay this out to air dry. So as you guys can see, this is the true form and the true texture of this loose curly hair. And when I tell you this made the installation process and construction process super easy, guys, detangle and co-wash your bundles prior. I'm telling you, I got y'all. Alrighty, so onto the color. I will be using 2 box dyes of the L'Oreal High Color HiLights in the color Copper. So if you're not familiar with this box dye already, it's amazing. It's affordable and super easy because you do not need bleach to get this copper. All you need is this box dye and your preferred type of developer. So you can use 40 or 20. I decided to go with 30 because I wanted a balance between those two. But all you need is that box dye and your developer. You mix that and apply it to natural brown or dark brown hair, and then you come out with your color. So it's super easy and beginner friendly, and as you guys can see, I don't really have to say too much about this part. I'm honestly just scraping my fingers through it, dividing it into sections, and going about 75% up on the hair and dyeing the hair, so it's kind of like an ombre. So I'm gonna just show you guys how I do that. I'm gonna sit that under the dryer for about 20 minutes just so the hair can distribute and soak up all of that dye, and then we're gonna go ahead and co-wash it and on to the next step. Okay, so as for the closure, I didn't go too much into detail on this video on how I customize my hairline and all of that, but I did have a little snippet I specifically saved that for the wig series that I will be having. So all of the wig series videos will be more detailed, more slower, and just more explanatory. So as you guys can see, before and after of what you get when you purchase a pre-plucked closure from us, and also what I customized. So the thing about transparent lace is that it is lighter than Swiss lace. So I had to go ahead and customize this to my complexion. So this is the thing about transparent lace, is that you can customize it to pretty much any color with tint or foundation or a powder to customize it to your skin color. And as you guys can see, it's nice and blended. It's not melted yet because we didn't put any adhesive or anything on it, but I will be showing you guys how I do that. And look at how it just looks so seamless. I was able to get it as close to my complexion as possible, and there are other ways, but this is just how I did it in this video. So in that last clip, I was showing you guys a close-up of how I kind of over bleached those knots, and that's no problem. There's ways to fix that, but you don't want to over bleach your knots too much because it can cause a lot of shedding on your closure. But this one is fine. I was able to cover that up by just using an angled makeup brush that you use for like your eyebrows, and I went in with my dip brow, or you can use an eyeliner pencil, and just go ahead and cover all of those blonde spots to make your part look more aligned and straight and more defined. So once we're done with that part, I'm gonna go ahead and start laying and melting my lace. Now, I have stressed this on my Instagram that it's way too hot right now for glue. The glue literally slides and melts off my head, so I'm only gonna be using Got To Be spray on here. And I showed you guys how I kind of cut that into 4 pieces just so it makes the application more easier, and I can lay the pieces where I want them on my forehead much better. And I'm also cutting this little part on the closure off, because if you leave that on and you have to glue it down, that part is going to show on your forehead, so make sure you cut that off. So 2 things that I really like about the Got To Be spray is, 1, you do not have to worry about this drying clear first or getting tacky before you put your lace closure or frontal down. You can actually just go ahead and place your frontal or closure on your head first and spray directly into it. But I don't like that glue really getting all into the hair, so I like to do it this way. And also, you do not have to worry about this sliding off your head once you sweat. Like with the glue, it has an amazing hold, but if you're sweating or doing certain activity, it will get messy once that glue is departed from your hair and also your forehead. So it's just a mess. So as you guys can see, this is how it looks if I didn't do any baby hairs, and some people actually prefer it that way, but I'm going to show you guys how I do my baby hairs later on in the video. But while we wait for this closure to marinate and melt into our skin, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I define and clump my curly and wavy textures. So I am not a product junkie, and you guys will see this about me, but I do not like a lot of things in my hair. It makes the hair sticky, weighed down, and it makes it tangly, so I like to stay away from a lot of product. So for my curly textures, all I use is water and some type of foaming lotion. That's all, ladies. That's all you need. All you need. So once I spray my hair, I'm gonna go ahead and put that foaming lotion in there. So I'm gonna do this for the remainder of my hair while that lace melts, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys how we do my baby hairs. Alrighty, so now that we have the curl defining process out of the way, it's time to move back to my closure. Now to cut the remaining pieces of lace that I do not need for my install, I'm going to use a razor. And I used to be the person to use scissors, but scissors started to get a little too obvious for me. You can see the line of demarcation from your forehead to your lace. And I mean, lace is an illusion, but when you have that straight line, you can actually tell. So by using a razor, it gives that shaggy, distressed look, and it's not as obvious if you're just looking at someone's, install. But if you're using scissors, just make sure you're going in like a zigzag motion so it's not as straight and defined. So for my baby hairs, I don't like them to be as defined as I used to like them. I am more of the light baby hair girl right now. And also with this curly hair, I think they look so natural when the baby hairs are short and just swoopy. So I'm going to use that razor and kind of fray them out. And then I'm going to add a little more hair to it and just see how I like the density of it. But by using that razor, you get to have more control over how long and also how thick you want them to be. So we are finally almost done with the process of this video, but this is probably one of the most satisfying parts of the video for me is carving my baby hairs. So I do not have a destined way of doing all of my baby hairs on all of my units, but for my curly hair, I do like to go more shorter and I like to make them frayed looking so it looks really natural. So I'm using the foaming lotion that I use for my hair as well, and I don't really focus too much on carving them perfectly because once I tie it up, the next day they look just as natural, just as good, and they kind of melt and mold into how I like them to look. So I'm going to show you guys how it looks the next day once I comb them out and all of that. But this pretty much concludes the video. I'm gonna tie this up, let my hair air dry, and wait until the morning and comb out my baby hairs, and you guys will see the final result. So this concludes the video. This is the final result from everything we did the night before. I got my makeup done, so I had to take off my hair scarf. So the only thing I did differently that I didn't show on here was put the hot comb at the top of my hair to flatten that out. And I also just combed out my baby hair. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, make sure you leave that in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.